Hello and welcome to Global Insight, where we update you on the latest events around the world. I'm Joy Adesua Iromoseli. In the main stories making global headlines right now, 16 killed in accident at state-owned coal mine in China, Guizhou province. Putin orders Russian defense chief to end Ukrainian counteroffensive by October. Plus, Ukraine and the US reach deal to jointly produce weapons. Global Insight begins today in China, where 16 persons were killed on Sunday in a coal mine disaster in Panzhou, Guizhou province of China. According to Shanghai-based commodity consultancy Mistil, all coal mines in Panzhou city have suspended production for one day. The affected area has a total production capacity of roughly 52.5 million metric tons per year in primarily coking coal, or about 5% of China's coking coal production capacity. According to the exchange filing, the state-owned business, also known as Panjiang Coal, has ordered safety inspections at all of its mines and has taken measures to ensure safe production. Elsewhere, Russia's President Vladimir Putin gave his defense minister Sergei Shoigu until early October to put an end to Ukraine's counteroffensive. According to Washington-based think tank Institute of Study of War, ISW, in an assessment citing a Kremlin insider source, Putin reportedly gave Shoigu a deadline of 1 month until early October to improve the situation on the front lines, stop the Ukrainian counteroffensive, and have Russian forces regain the initiative to launch an offensive operation against a larger city. This may indicate that the Russian military command may be ordering relentless counterattacks in hopes of forcing the Ukrainian counteroffensive to culminate, even at a high cost of Russian military capabilities. ISW highlighted instances in which the Russian Ministry of Defense, fearing the imminent loss of Putin's favor, intensified its efforts to purge commanders who offered honest but negative view and advice and pursue unachievable military objectives at the expense of Russian forces. It also added that the Russian resistance to ceding ground may be tied to Russian military commanders and officials' attempt to use the counteroffensive to achieve political goals, or it could result from Putin's micromanagement. And also, Pakistan cricket team's preparations for the ICC Cricket World Cup 2023 in India have been disrupted due to a visa delay that has delayed the side's departure for the event that gets underway in 10 days. The squad and officials were scheduled to leave for the United Arab Emirates last week for a 2-day team bonding session in Dubai before proceeding to India, where they take on Netherlands in their first match on October 6. However, a delay in receiving visas from the contingent has left the team's plan in disarray, with decade-old tourney ties between the two countries coming to the fore once again. According to the Pakistan Cricket Board, the team had planned to spend 2 days in Dubai on September 25 and 26 before flying to India ahead of the team's pre-tournament warm-up matches. The team is now scheduled to leave for the southern Indian city of Hyderabad and on September 27, provided the visas are received on time. In another development, the U.S. Defense Ministry has offered military support to the Metropolitan Police in London after dozens of officers returned permits allowing them to bear firearms. More than 100 officers stood down from their firearm duties after a London police officer was charged with the murder of unarmed 24-year-old black man Chris Kaba last week. Kaba was shot by the police officer while unarmed on September 5 in Streatham, South London, following a vehicle pursuit. The officer, whose identity is protected by legal restrictions, will appear in court on Thursday. Metropolitan Police Commissioner Mark Rowley welcomed a Home Office review into armed policing, calling for reform of the way police officers are held to account. According to him, there is a concern on the part of the firearm officers that even if they stick to the tactics and training they have been given, they will face years of protracted legal proceedings, which impact on their personal well-being and that of their family. Following the development, the Ministry of Defense stated that it received a request for military aid to the civil authority from the Home Office to provide routine counter-terrorism counteragency support to the Metropolitan Police should it be needed. And elsewhere, Ukraine and the US have made an historic decision on the joint production of weapons, particularly air defense systems. According to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, there is an historic decision by the United States to jointly produce weapons and defense systems. He also noted that this arrangement will provide a substantial economic boost as it implies the creation of enterprises, new jobs for both our people, for the Ukrainian and Americans. Zelensky also expressed his gratitude to U.S. President Joe Biden and his administration and everyone in America who values freedom and support Ukraine. And finally, on Global Insight, a prominent Pakistani television journalist who went missing more than 4 months ago after being arrested by police returned home today after being freed. It is widely believed that Imran Riaz Khan, known for publicly supporting jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan, was being held by security agencies. Imran Khan was arrested at the airport in Sialkot city in Punjab province in May as he tried to leave the country after sharing a video message saying that the space for him to do his job was shrinking in Pakistan and he was leaving so he could continue his professional work. The court yesterday ordered them to surrender their passports to police pending determination of their case. The court declined the prosecution request to hold the 4 suspects for 5 days pending probe into their offenses and ordered the mention of the case to be on September 20, 2023. They were arrested at the popular restaurant by the police from the Transnational Organized Crime Unit. And that's it on Global Insights today. Many thanks for joining us. I'm Joy Adesua Iramosele. Keep watching VOP TV.